going to explore the possibilities in the professional life. And I am confident that this professional life has so many opportunities, but of course challenges. Believe me, we have been living in the golden period, exciting period, where we have so many opportunities. We have been doing very well on technological front. There's a technological advancement, there's a medical advancement. A lot of infrastructure development has taken place in last couple of decades. India of 2047 is going to be different. When India would celebrate 100 years of independence, you would be in the key position. You will have the capability to be on the key positions. The people who are on this side, on dice, either will retire or will be about to retire. You will be in the position to take the advantage of developed and advanced India. And it had been expected there would be two major trends by 2047. The one trend would be the focus on sustainable development. Currently, we have been discussing a lot on the development. What is the development? What are the parameters of the development? And there's a discussion that numerical development would not be enough. The time has come, in coming years, we need to be more serious about sustainable development. The development beyond the number, the development beyond the GDP or per capita income. We need to think about the development which would be sustainable for 100 years or 150 years or 200 years. By 2047, when India would be advanced, but there would be a challenge how we can achieve the sustainability goal or sustainability target. And you would be the key person who can be part of this transformative journey. The second trend which is expected is the skill sets. The world is going to be dominated by skills. Knowledge is important, but at the same time, skill set is going to be more important. One most important skill set which would be in demand is the life skill. Now, with these kind of a trends or opportunities, we need to also have some kind of a preparation to take the advantage of advanced India. And at this point of time or this occasion, auspicious occasion, I have three pieces of advices. The first advice is be happy. Happiness is a choice. You can be happy in any situation. Happiness is something which is the outcome of the practice. Happiness is something which comes by, practice. We need to practice happiness, and happiness which is largely driven by the mind. And we need to appreciate the difference between mind and brain. Brain is a hardware, but mind is a software. Like in software, we have a control to rechange the coding. In mind, we have also the possibility to rechange the coding. Try to be happy. There are several research which reveal that a happy person is more productive. The moment you are happy, your productivity will increase. Now, to be happy, we need to start some practices. The first and the most simple is to be simple. The kind of mental programming we have, we like the complex thing. We would like to analyze each and everything. There can be a situation where analysis is not possible. We would tend to analyze it because that kind of programming we have. Try to be simple because the world is still simple. The second is we need to be more solution oriented. Everywhere there is a problem. Everywhere there is a problem, but each problem has a solution. It is your choice either be problem oriented or the solution oriented. If we believe in the solution, we have a ability to improve the situation. And the third thing that we can practice is have a gratitude. Whatever we have to enjoy, we have to appreciate. We are fortunate enough. We have so many advantages, so many facilities given by nature, given by system. So we have to enjoy it and we have to appreciate. Now, the moment we Focus on gratitude that will make us more happy. The second important advice is cultivate experimental mindset. We have to do experiment. Even a small experiment can make a change in the life. Think big, start small, scale fast, and believe in the power of smallness. All the major corporations in the world, they started journey from small initiative, small idea. Start practicing it. Take some idea, make some change in your lifestyle, experiment it. Believe me, all large corporations nowadays, they have experimentation manager. And the role of experimentation manager is to conduct 100 plus experiment every day. And based on these experiment, they would propose the policy, and that would be the part of the strategic planning of the organization. Now, the moment we are more experimentalist, that will give a opportunity to improve the situation. And the third advice I would like to give you, connected to surrounding, wherever we live. And that connect is necessary in the human, connect with the community and connect with the nature. We need to be connected. We need to develop social intelligence. And this social intelligence comes when we are connected. We need to also connect with the nature. More we are connected to nature, lifestyle would be more sustainable. We have to be careful to consume the resources because resources are going to be very limited. Which whatever the resources given by the nature, which are free of cost today, 20-25 years, these resources would be very difficult, very limited. We need to use these resources in very you know proper manner so that lifestyle can be sustainable and we can contribute to nature or the country. With this, I would like to end here, and my congratulations again to all the graduating students. Best of luck, and I am confident that you would contribute to nation building, you would contribute to your professional life, and after some time you will come back to again your alma mater, this university, and university will look forward to your success in coming years. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind and inspiring words. Dear all, before inviting our esteemed chief guest to the dais, I would like everyone present here to know that Professor Miss Dr. Manoj Chaudhary is currently working as founding Vice Chancellor of Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya, Vadodara. Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya is a central university under Ministry of Railways, Government of India, and is focused on entire transportation sector and logistics. Professor Dr. Manoj Chaudhary is currently on lane from IIT Jodhpur, where he is a professor of electrical engineering. He also served as a dean, international relations, alumni relations, and corporate relations at IIT Jodhpur. He received his PhD from IIT Kanpur and his BE in Electronics and Communication Engineering from MBM Engineering College, Jodhpur. A well recognized internationally and at national level, Professor Chaudhary is credited with building a strong research team for wireless standards and intellectual property mission at Samsung way back in 2002. He has been a co-author of six IEEE ECMA standards. He has won many awards such as University Gold Medal, Young Achiever Award, Patent of the Year Award, to name his few. Sir, we eagerly anticipate the words of inspiration and guidance that you are about to share with us. The dais is all yours. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you to please join me in welcoming our chief guest, Professor Dr. Manoj Chaudhary, to the dais, who will share his knowledge and experience with us in this memorable occasion.
Yes. Good afternoon. Firstly, to tell you the truth, I am extremely nervous. First time I am delivering a convocation address as a chief guest. As you might have just heard, I had an experience of sitting in that side and having received the gold medal. But this is first for me. That is where I am nervous. If over the next 15, 20 minutes I am able to say anything, any of you can remember after a few years, I think I would have done my job. Begin with Dr. Deepak Srivastava Director IIM Ranchi, Sri Sunil Raisoni ji, Chancellor GH Raisoni University, Dr. Meena Rajesh Vice Chancellor GH University, Deans and administrative officials, students, faculty, and staff. And most importantly, the graduating students today and the medal winners in the convocation today, their parents and their families. This day is all about you. Convocation is a momentous and joyous occasion in an academic journey that signifies a milestone. Milestone where achievement is celebrated and future must be contemplated. Heartiest congratulations to all of you that your hard work, dedication, and consistency over the years has led to today. As you might recall, when you might have entered this campus 3, 4, 5 years back, based on your program, I am sure all of you must have left comforts of your home. You entered into an uncharted territory where you were anxious to know what will be the facilities here, what kind of teachers will be there, who will be your classmates, who will be your peers, with whom will you live in hostels. There was an uncertain world before you. Today, now that you are graduating, you know almost everything about this campus and this university. But an uncertain world is awaiting you as you step out of the campus. This is a moment where you move from a protected environment to an environment which is volatile, which is uncertain, which is complex, and which is ambiguous. That environment that you are now entering is hiring you. You will either enter a job that is employed by others, or you may create your own companies, that is your own self-employment. Irrespective of what you do, one thing is very important. You are hired for what you know. You will remain in your job and doing your job. So doing is very important. What you learned in the class is great. Your grades are important. Your medals are important. From today onwards, you are in a world where you have to do. And doing is now becoming more important. This environment will also require you to listen and learn. As a student, you might have completed your degree, but let me tell you, learning does not stop, and I'll also tell you the reasons why so. So today, once again, as a milestone is completed, you having acquired a degree, you might have completed an educational qualification. I want to tell you that please do not assume this is the end of learning. Learning begins and will continue now, and I will tell you reasons so. You have to remember, and you never know, in the future, in the next 35, 40 years, and if we were to look into future, then it's important. I can look into future and tell you that I see future CEOs, managing directors, and heads of the company sitting in this room if we were to look 25 years down the line. And that is what I see. I see huge potential amongst each of the graduate students, and that is what you are going to make, and that is what you are going to do. Today, you do not know, and you never know that what you are going to do can become an important page in the history. And therefore, you must be very cognizant about every single step that you take henceforth. Irrespective of what you achieve in life, irrespective of what you achieve in life, which may depend on so many factors. It can be circumstances, your hard work, opportunities, anything. There is one quality that definitely will determine your success in your life, and that quality is humility. Whatever you do, always extend humility, always be grounded. I am privileged that today I am talking with you on this important occasion. And as I mentioned, if you can remember even one sentence of mine after a few years, I would have done my job. Normally, I do not prepare any speech. Today I was worried. I was anxious. I am extempore, but so I wrote some of the key points. Still, many of the things I'll talk will be extempore, but some points that I do not want to miss. We have to be prepared into any battle. And that is my preparation for today. You are, as I mentioned, you will be CEOs, you will be managing directors, you will be heads of organizations. The first thing that I want to tell you is an advice or whatever you want to do. First thing is you are living a life of your own. You have to have your own dreams. You are not living life on behalf of your parents, on behalf of your society, on behalf of your colleagues. It is your life. You have to have your own dream. You are the CEO of your life. As a CEO of your life, you must decide who to hire, who to fire, who to promote, who to demote in your life. It's very important who you build bridges with, who you connect with, who you build friendship with, who you interact with, and therefore be CEO of your life. 21st century, we often talk about 21st century. Most of you are also products of 21st century. What is the meaning of 21st century? Let me tell you in two or three or four sentences what I understand about 21st century. Every single thing that we are doing today, whether you are using any of the social medium tools, you are using a product made in 21st century. You are trying to do any search in your phone, which is also made on 21st century. You are trying to book a shared taxi, whichever platform you use is a 21st century product. You are trying to watch a movie on a Netflix or a YouTube. Every single thing is 21st century product. In 23 years of the century, that is where we are. Everything, the companies that made them were started in 21st century. The thing I am trying to highlight is the rate of technology development has significantly accelerated. The rate of deployment of technology has even intensified further. 3 or 4 years, when you make a technology, it is in the hand of the country. This is what is 21st century. Technology is rapidly changing. Every 4 or 5 years, you see technology changing. You have learned a lot of things, my dear students, in the classrooms over last 3, 4, 5 years. You are entering your first job. Please be careful that technology will change in the next 4 or 5 years. And unless you invest into yourself, there can always be a risk of you becoming redundant. And it's in that context that I remember a very important quotation I want to recite and talk about you. That is by Toffler. The quotation is elitates of the 21st century. Elitates of the 21st century are not those who cannot read or write. Elitates of the 21st century are not those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And therefore, you have to constantly learn every single day. Learning has not stopped, it will not stop. If you stop learning, please assume you have stopped growing. So, learning is very important. Next part that I want to highlight is India, the land of opportunities in today's world. While there is a conflict all around the world, and I do not have to name, and you all know whether it's Russia, Ukraine, Israel, or the recent corona pandemic and the things that happened all around, there is a conflict around the world. Through G20 summit and the mission given by our Honorable Prime Minister, One Earth, One Family, One Future, it is very clear future belongs to India. India is a land of opportunity. India is today fifth largest economy, and we are growing at perhaps the largest rate. And we are soon to be become a developed country by 2047. I will not go into definitions, but it is very clear we are developing very fast. You can look all around us. There is a tremendous increase in investments in building infrastructure, whether new roads, new trains, new airports, whether we look at the digital space, our digital UPI payments, we look at all the digital platforms that are there. We look at the startup ecosystem in India. There are more than 1 lakh startups today. The entrepreneurship sector is growing. We have many unicorns already set up in India. Our electronics and semiconductor sector is rapidly growing with significant push on Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. These are not hollow words. These are important. Why it is important? If you can understand the economy of the country, import plays a very significant role on how much we are dependent from outside world. After oil, electronics and semiconductors are the biggest imports. Therefore, government is focusing a lot on making electronics and semiconductor manufacturing in India because we have to arrest the trend. We have to make sure our import does not rise significantly. We look in pharma sector. We are one of the biggest players. Many of you are pharma in agriculture sector. There is Atmanirbhar campaign everywhere, particularly in defense and space. So India therefore is becoming a hope for tomorrow. In world, our country, 1.4 billion people, is a hope for tomorrow. And you are very fortunate that you are entering the workforce at a time where India is growing at such a speed, and therefore you have significant opportunities before you. Never ever in the past, particularly when I graduated 30, 40, 35 years back, we did not have such kind of a market, such kind of potential, such kind of opportunities. Today, opportunities are enormous. You have to seize the opportunity. Next point I want to mention is power of dream. What does a dream mean? If the humanity did not dream and merely looked at the moon as a beautiful object in the sky in the night, we would not never have aspired to reach there. Whether Neil Armstrong did it or whether India did Chandrayaan 3. It is the power of dream and imagination that we have, and we have to take steps to realize that dream is how we move forward. It is in human nature. Human nature, we always strive, we always improve, we always want to achieve the potential. That is what we call success. Most of us are from middle class families. For us, any kind of financial investment is a success. Why? It is natural because financial constraints so far have dictated all of our choices in the life. So if we get some financial success when we do a job, definitely it is a success. But it is not the purpose of life. It is success, but not the purpose of life. Why? If it was the purpose of life, possibly Mr. Ambani do not have to work every day. Mr. Virat Kohli does not have to go and play in the field every single day. If purpose was only money, that money which is enough for them to live peacefully forever and forever. It is not the purpose of life. The goal is how do we do better today compared to what we did yesterday? How do we improve continuously? How do we become better? And that is a goal. Irrespective of the field you choose, irrespective of the job you do, I want to request you to set up reasonable goals for yourself. There has to be a goal that you want to achieve. We cannot have an arbitrary goal that I will do X or Y or Z, but goal has to be reasonable. Goal also has to be balanced. What is the meaning of a balanced goal? We all have heard enough that life is a marathon. Huh? In the beginning, if you do not run fast, no issue. 42 kilometers are enough. We can do more. It is all great. It is correct. We do not have to worry too much if in the beginning stage the job may or may not be to our liking because career is 40 years old. It is not 6 months old. It is not 1 year old. So life is marathon is true. But I want to remind you of another race that perhaps each one of us did while we were perhaps in the nursery. A race with a spoon in the mouth and probably a marble that everything put on the spoon. You remember that race? A race as a children we did with a spoon in mouth and perhaps a marble put on the spoon. While running, if the marble falls off, there is no meaning if you come first in the race. That is what I call balance. When I talk about balanced goal, that balance to me in life is how to remain healthy, how to remain mentally peaceful. You might, for example, um, have and can buy a Mercedes or afford a Mercedes, but if you have a back problem, you will not enjoy that. You can have a lot of money and do a lot of shopping, but if your mind is full of tension, you will not enjoy it. Therefore, health is very important. Therefore, mental peace is very important. Therefore, life has to have goals which will make a life which will make you successful. Have to have goal which is reasonable and balanced. Coming to Chandrayaan 3 story, now I want to tell you why Chandrayaan 3 happened. I want to tell you that we take great pride in our scientist achievement that we achieved Chandrayaan 3 at a mission where no country ever reached. But I also want you to reflect Chandrayaan 3 happened because there was Chandrayaan 2. In Chandrayaan 2, if you remember at the last minute when there were some minor issues and we could not achieve ultimate success, what happened? The Prime Minister went to the then ISRO chief, patted him on the back, and told, do not worry. The point I am trying to make, failures will come. Whether you like or not, at some point of the time in life, there will be failures. Only person who will not fail is the one who will not try. Failure will definitely come. I want to tell you today, in a long life, do not get frustrated by failures. Just like Chandrayaan 2, momentary lapse that we had, India within a period of very few months stood up and made Chandrayaan 3 a grand success. Every one of us Indian can do that. Is a, that is a thing that I want all of us to remember that failure is merely temporary. While success is never ending, failure is never final. And we have to always remember that it is not a glitch. It is really a fundamental thing that I want you to understand and remember always. I talked about dreams. I told that you have to live your own dreams, not of your parents, not of your peers, not of your society. Your time is limited. Do not waste it living other people's dreams. Have the courage to follow your heart, your intuition, because you are a grown up adult, you are equipped to do everything. It is good to respect parents, peers, society. Always do that. But you must have your own dream. Next point, as you go into a career, one important point I want you to think that is of a brand. What is a brand? You look at a product, you look at a particular premium phone, and you say, this phone is good because it comes from a company which has a good brand in the market. A brand is created by continued, sustained performance year after year, delivering excellence. A human being is a brand. When you enter a professional field, as you go up, as you grow up in your career, the decision makers will have several choices to make a decision. Why should you be chosen? That depends upon your brand. That brand is, you can create your own personal brand. That brand is, whatever the task is given to you, do you complete it almost always on time? There is a brand, then you are considered reliable. If you come forward to give proactively suggestions, your brand is that of a person taking initiative. If you are always display integrity, you have a brand. Your name, whether you like or not, you can ask your friends, any one of you, what they think about you. What they think about you is a brand that you have created knowingly or unknowingly about yourself. If you are kind, if you are large-hearted, helping, that is a brand that you have created. You might not have done intentionally, but that brand has been created. As you move up in your career, in your life, this individual brand becomes very important. And I want you to please focus on that. I talked in the beginning, humility is very important, learning is very important. This brand is very important. This brand will signify what person X can do. Based on that brand, you will be chosen or not chosen. And therefore, this important point of individual and personal, every individual being a brand, please Pay some attention to that. Last, I am coming to the close, and I want to just highlight few things, irrespective of however successful you may be, you always be grounded. And I just remember two or three lines. I have not written here. I remember by a poet. सफर को जब भी किसी दास्तान में रखना, सफर को जब भी किसी दास्तान में रखना, कदम यकीन में, मंजिल गुमान में रखना. Always be realistic, always large dream. सफर को जब भी किसी दास्तान में रखना, कदम यकीन में, मंजिल गुमान में रखना. चमकते चांद सितारों का क्या भरोसा है, चमकते चांद सितारों का क्या भरोसा है, जमीन की धूल भी अपनी उड़ान में रखना. Whatever you do, always be realistic. Always be realistic. My best wishes to all of you. Be a global citizen to transform India and leave a lasting legacy. Live a life full of learning and mentoring. You will be seniors, you are already seniors to many people there, so therefore you can mentor, and teaching is the best form of learning. Live a life full of learning and mentoring, life full of dreams and successes, life full of joy and celebrations, life full of giving and creating, life full of motivating and inspiring. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your kind and motivating words. Now, last but not the least, I humbly request Controller of Examination, Mr. Praveen Ghatode, to propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. A very good afternoon to all. It is my proud privilege to propose vote of thanks on this momentous occasion. Congratulations to all the graduates, degree and diploma awardees. We all know that education is about knowing and exercising one's abilities. It is an endless process that continues throughout life. And it's just one important step in that journey that tells us where we stand. In fact, it gives us admission into a grand university called life. This is not just a memorable day for all your degree diploma awardees, but also very special day for us at university. And this would not have been possible without his vision, inspiring efforts, and guidance by our Honorable Chancellor, Shri Sunil Raisoni. Sir, thank you very much for always being there with us. I proposely thank both our honorable guests, Professor Dr. Manoj Chaudhary sir and Dr. Deepak Srivastu sir, for having spared their valuable time to join us in our celebration. Your convocation address was not only insightful, but also one that inspired hope and pride in all of us. I am also very thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Veena Rajesh for supporting us throughout this planning and execution of this day. We extend our sincere gratitude to members of governing body, management council, registrar, academic deans, chief finance officer, and administrative officer for helping us throughout and wherever we approach them. We also express our gratitude to those who have supported us in practical ways behind the scene, from administrative staff to the supporting staff. Last but not the least, I want to thank all the invited guests, teaching and non-teaching staff of the university, student volunteers, and to our fellow awardees. I just want to say today, when you receive your degree and diploma, it does not make us the smartest people around. If you think you are, then you need to reflect on what Japanese says. No one is smarter than all of us. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, as we move towards the end of the ceremony, we have witnessed the conferral of medals to our graduates. who have worked hard and earned the academic credentials. I would call upon respected Registrar Dr. Sriram Joshi to kindly request Honorable Chancellor Sri Sunil Raisoni ji to declare fifth convocation ceremony GH Raisoni University Saikheda closed.
Honorable Chancellor, may I have the honor to declare the fifth convocation of G.H. Raisoni University closed.
Good evening. I hereby declare the ceremony of fifth convocation ceremony of GH Raisoni University. Thank you.
Thank you all for being a part of this momentous occasion. wish, we wish all our graduates a bright and successful future. May you continue to make us proud. Thank you. I kindly request everyone to please rise at their places as the academic procession leaves and kindly wait for the further instructions. May I kindly request everyone to please rise at their places? I kindly request our student and guest to be seated and make themselves comfortable as we will shortly continue with the conferment of the degrees to the graduates. I request everyone please be seated at their places. I request everyone to kindly please be seated at their places. As soon as all our deans will be back on the stage, we will start with the conferral of your degrees.